and happy to see you. I've been in the right place. It's 2 p.m. and we had a little trouble with Zoom here, but I am getting ourselves all worked out and happy to be here. Happy to be bringing you the 3 fabulous secrets to a great holiday dinner ever. Just going to take a few minutes and wait for everybody to find us and start chiming in and saying hello. Right here in Gather with Nanny Bubby. It's about 3:04, so I see one person has come in. I have to see who that is. And we are going to be rocking and rolling. We're going to be talking about the December holidays. We're going to be talking about really how you can take this and do all of the holidays, no matter what it is that you're doing. Let me adjust technologically. So if you're here, just let me know you're here. I've got people that are coming in and joining, and I just wanted to make sure that I say hello and welcome everybody, and so excited to be doing this fabulous masterclass. So there's so much going on during the holidays, and if you're anything like me, I used to really get stressed about the holidays. What do I do? What do I not do? How do I do it? How do I figure it out? So much to do, so much to understand. And so, you know, and those were the, hey Teresa, nice to have you here. That is, I see everybody is starting to find us over here in Gather. So there's a reason that I'm doing this in Gather. It's because I'm going to be making a wonderful opportunity at the end of this, and I wanted to give it first to everybody in Gather because they are so active and everybody has been so wonderful here. We have almost 500 members, and so it felt to me like the right thing to do, since every day I'm doing it on the Nanny Bubby page. So it's quite exciting to be here and Gather and gathering people and sharing information and gathering everything as we go, no pun intended. So I'm really, really pleased to be here. So with no further ado, I think I am going to get started. So here we go. This, of course, is a masterclass on the 3 secrets to the best ever holiday gathering. And I definitely want to welcome all of you. I'm absolutely delighted to have you here. So gatherings are very important to me, and the holidays are important to me, no matter what they are, no matter who's doing what. The holidays are important. And when I was growing up, the holidays didn't take on as much importance as I wish they would have. There was nobody cared whether we were sharing and loving and having a good time and having a beautiful presentation. I always thirsted after the Norman Rockwell painting. I wanted it to come alive, and I wanted to be in that painting, and it just never happened for us. No priorities of love, laughter, and joy in the household. And so as I grew up and continued watching TV, I made a commitment to myself that I would be the one to absolutely bring that to my children, so and my family and everybody around me. So today we are making that shift, because as I began to be committed to my old ideals as a child, I had anxiety about doing it. And so if this relates to you, and you are one of those people, then today we are going to make the shift. We're going to make the shift from basic, mundane, repetitive, and bland to elegant, fun, happy, joyful, enticing, and inspiring for others. Now that is what I call a significant shift. So here we go. It seems that every plan does start out with love, that's for sure. And then it moves to anxiety. Oh no, why did I commit to this? The waking up in the middle of the night with the dreams and the nightmares that you haven't even gone to the grocery store and everybody's gonna be here in an hour. Well, today, my goal today for you is to move it back again to love and to ease. Now, before we get started, tell me, how do you rate yourself as a cook during the holidays? So tell me, on a scale from 1 to 10, rating yourself, tell me in the comments, is it a 10 because you're brilliant, or are you a 1 because you burn toast, or are you somewhere in the middle? So let me give you some time. I have to wait for technology to catch up to who we are, where we are, and what we're doing. And I'll tell you, my own story is that I believe I've gone from a 0 to sometimes an 8, sometimes a 9, sometimes a 10, sometimes nothing is perfect, sometimes everything is perfect. So I vacillate back and forth. I used to cook for the holidays salmon, 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 and salmon. Salmon one different way, always salmon, whether you were coming here for the birthday or Christmas or New Year's Eve, it was salmon. And no one wanted to come. And then finally they ate first before they came because nobody wanted to eat salmon again. And one time I invited everybody over for Christmas, and I didn't have enough food, and I ran out of food, which was the worst experience ever. So the next year I made 3 times the amount of food, but then everyone came and didn't eat because they thought they needed to eat before they came. So it was just one disaster after another. But entertaining is very different from daily, nightly cooking, right? Sometimes you're really good at entertaining, but not so good at the daily, nightly thing, or just the opposite. There's 2 different styles of cooking when you're entertaining. So bringing friends and family together on significant occasions, like the holidays, is very, very different than the nightly grind, you know, baseball, school, gymnastics, and home for dinner. So if you're here with me right now or watching the replay, and many of you will be watching the replay, number 1, are you curious about how to make holiday dinner prep simplified but elevated? And maybe you, or number 2, maybe you want to impress but just don't know where to begin to celebrate in style. Or number 3, perhaps you're sick of the uncertainty, the anxiety, and confusion and just want someone to hold your hand and walk you through it. So let me go through those again. And if you're here, and there's many of you that are, type a 1 if you're just curious and you want to be simplified but elevated. Type a 2 if maybe you want to impress but just don't know how to bring it in style. Or number 3, you have uncertainty, anxiety, confusion, and you just want someone to hold your hand and walk you through it. Let's see what all of you have to say. There's so many of you here, and there's this Facebook screen delay. So I don't want to move on. I just want to have you tell me which one resonates with you. Hey, Judy Owen, which one resonates with you? Just type it in the chat. Just, you know, you could be all 3. You could be just one of the 3. You could be just 2 of the 3. I know you're there. You're probably all typing, but it's not coming through. So give me a 1. If I'll go back through them one more time. If you're curious about how to make holiday dinner prep simplified but elevated, or maybe you want to impress but just don't know where to begin to celebrate, that's number 2. Or 3, you're sick of the uncertainty, the anxiety, and confusion. Anybody? Well, I will just move on. For those of you who haven't met me, let me introduce myself. I'm Marla Letitia, also known as Nanny Bubby. My grandchildren call me Nanny Bubby. There's a story about how that name came about for another time. I have 2 adult children, one in his 30s and one in her 40s after just 2 weeks ago. I've been married for almost 42 years. I grew up right here in Las Vegas. I have an adorable pup who has cancer. We're doing everything we can to keep him happy, comfortable, and alive. And my mother-in-law is 91, my mom is 88, my dad is almost 85, and they all still drive, and they're with us for all the happy celebrations of our life. So that's a little bit about me. But what you really need to know is I am here to help you up-level your December holiday get-togethers. And before I do that, let me tell you about my own disastrous cooking journey from terrible cook to cooking confidence coach, which is a name I absolutely love. I was once terrible, absolutely terrible. My family would cry. I would feel terrible. I once ran away from home for 3 days because my family was just putting me down and being miserable and saying terrible things about what I put on the table. I was miserable in the kitchen. I could never follow a cookbook. I didn't own a cookbook to even follow, to be quite honest with you. And I wanted to center food and love around my family, but I didn't know where to go. My transition came just a few years ago, believe it or not, when I discovered visual learners that were the Food Network chefs. So my faves are Ina Garten, Giada, and the Pioneer Women. And because I am a visual learner. When I watch them cook, when I watch the natural way that they grab things to cook and do, I was learning as I went, and the visualization of having somebody actually show me what to do and how to do it was a game changer for me. Now I adore hosting elegant but simple family and friends holiday gatherings and more, and I've learned how to cook with confidence. So now I want to help you. I want to help you cook with ease and style for the holidays, and like me, I want you to be able to go out and spread love like butter. So can you imagine, just put yourself, close your eyes and just visualize this for just a minute. Can you imagine what it would feel like to plan a holiday gathering, prepare it with ease, bring your family and friends around your table, and at the same time you have a smile on your face and love in your heart? Just think about that for a minute. Let that resonate for real inside you. That Norman Rockwell painting just for you, and you are the star of the painting. Type a yes if you can imagine that. Type me a yes. Yes, it does sound wonderful. And it doesn't matter what your holiday is. It could be Christmas, it could be New Year's, it could be Hanukkah, it could be any other holiday throughout the year, because God only knows. He's created a lot of them for all of us, right? Yes, yes, says Yael. Thank you. Yes, says Joe. Thank you so much. Yes, says Roseanne. I know it's coming. Sounds great. I know. So if you type that yes, anybody typing no? Yes to Susan Conas-Thomas. Thank you so much for that. So love, confidence, fun is the most powerful way to shift your current cooking level. So I want to say it again. Love, confidence, and fun. Because when you approach your holiday gathering with those three things, love, confidence, and fun, no matter who walks through that door, they're going to find it. They're absolutely going to find it. And by the way, if this is resonating with you, and I hope it is, and you have some friends that you think it would resonate with, then take a moment right now and share this on your pages. Quickly text someone and tell them to join us over here. And I hope that this resonates with you, and just invite some other people, because maybe they too want to learn a little love, confidence, and fun to share during the holidays. So since you're here for the masterclass, and I'm so glad that you are, let me take you through our agenda, just briefly so you know what's coming up. First, I'm going to show, and I'm going to share several hacks that I've discovered to making a menu. So whether it is digital or handwritten, and believe it or not, I do both when it comes to making a menu. And number two, I'm going to save you loads of time in the grocery store when you shop. Hey, Tawny Bennett, so happy that you're here. Nice to see you, and happy holidays. This one is a game changer. And I have a free gift for you at the end, so stand by. So, and this is just a note to Roseanne, who's our moderator in Gather with Nanny Bubby, is that a JPEG that you have is going to come at the end, the very end of the presentation, because it is a free gift to everybody who stays till the end of the presentation. So stand by for that. And now let's talk number three. The secret is we're going to talk about food preparation and how to make that easier. Like you are one of the Food Network chefs. Now this hack blew my mind when I started doing it. I could not believe that I had never cooked like this. It was a game changer. So you're going to love secret number three. And because I love you and can't just stop at 3 secrets, I have a 4th secret about standing on your feet for hours in the kitchen and how to keep from leg pain. Yes, leg pain is a thing when you're cooking. You may have experienced that, and I have a hack for that too. A secret about leg cramps after you're done with your party. And finally, your 5th tip, know your guests. Okay, like today is, you know, everybody doesn't eat for what's available in their neighborhoods that they can put their hands on. They eat by philosophy. First time in history that man has ever done that. And so we have vegans, vegetarians, allergies, high protein eaters, no protein eaters, and at the end of the day, you have to feed whoever comes through that door. And I promise you, I have a secret and a hack for that too. So give me a thumbs up, you know, those little hearts and those thumbs up, right? Are you ready? Shall we do this? Shall we go forward? And let's uncover and open up the 3 secrets. Well, actually, I have 5 secrets for all of you, right? That I'm going to bring to you today. So, secret number 1, making a menu. We must start from the beginning. Yes, yes, says everybody. Why must we start from the beginning? Because a menu is your roadmap. A menu is the GPS for your party, for your meal planning. It is the first decision that you always need to make. Little dry throat for a second there, pardon me. I work in 2 different ways when making a menu. So one is digital and one is the good old-fashioned notepad and pen. I'm going to show you and I'm going to explain. So here is a pad and there was a pen. Well, there was a pen here. It must have fallen off. I use this little notebook as my guide. I have many of them. So this notebook right here started in the fall of 2019 and it is covered. I love this for size because it's 5 by 7. It fits so nicely in your pocketbook or a handbag or purse, whichever side of the country you're on, you say it differently. And I used to try to use a steno pad, too big for your purse. I used to try to use a spiral notebook, so clumsy, so miserable. It falls everywhere. It's really hard to use. And I find that these little 5 by 7s, they come in the States. I have a lot of Tennessees and a Texas. I'm looking for the other states, but a dear friend of mine from Tennessee actually gave me this as a gift and I wrote her a year later and said, I need another one. The great part about this is that you date it and you have each holiday in these. And then if I need to go back and look, what did I cook for Harmony's birthday 2020? It's right here in my little diary. So I do that. But the first thing I do is I go to the Food Network app where I just add and add and add ideas that I come by when putting the energy out there to design something. So as an example, I make a folder in the Food Network app and I label it Harmony's Birthday 2020. And y'all are saying, love this when you can recreate the menu. Yes, like what did I cook last Super Bowl? I'll make sure I don't do that again for this Super Bowl. And you don't have a purse. Frank, this will fit in your back pocket or, you know, like between your shirt and your, like a gun. You know, got your muscles there or your guns blazing. Okay, that was cute. Frank, you're hilarious. All right, I add and add. Sometimes, if it's marked Harmony's Birthday 2020, I just add and add and add and add different things that inspire me when I'm trying to think it up. And then I end up with about 12 months worth of holiday meals in just one folder for one event. I overdo everything, and that's something that I overdo. But I'm going to simplify this for you because you will end up with way more than you need in that folder. But all you have to do is use your instincts and feel what your 5-star recipes and menus would be. So look through that folder for only a few ideas that you feel are 5 stars, which is good advice for myself, right, too. But see what feels right to cook together. Don't intellectualize it, just feel it. Feel what recipe flavors sound good together. And you know that this is instinct, so cooking is instinct, it's intuition. Use it, you will know. And then start editing out the ones that don't work. I scale it down, I take my pick, I note them into my notebook, and then I use the handy notebook to finalize. So as an example, for Harmony's Birthday 2020, I listed out just what I'm serving for each course. So there's appetizers, then it goes tomato soup, kale, chicken, and the entire meal plan is listed here. This is what I finalize. Then I go item by item and work through each recipe, listing the ingredients underneath. So as an example, what I'm serving for dinner is all right here. Then over here, I have kale salad, and beneath it, you can see I scratched it out once it went on my grocery list. I go underneath and list the ingredients I don't have that I need to buy. Then this is tomato soup. I did the same thing there. Okay, then we go from secret number 1 to this secret. This is such a game changer. This is unbelievable. This is secret number 2. And this is the free download that you're going to get at the very end of the presentation. It's your gift for staying throughout the entire thing. So using this download that you're going to get as a free gift at the end of the presentation to transfer all the items from shopping list in the notebook to the aisle by aisle order. So I'm going to try to hold that up as best as I can. There you go. Yes, look at that. So what you're going to do is now you have them on the list, and you saw that I scratched them out in the notebook. They were scratched out because I just want to hold this so you can see it. You can print this out when you get it. It'll be in Gather at the very bottom of all of the, of our chat. And now you transfer things to meat or seafood that you need to get. Your alcohol, there's pantry, spices, frozen, bakery, dairy, produce, and other. And what happens is I walk into the grocery store always in the produce section. I look, I do the produce, and then I move on. So what used to happen to me, going to the grocery store is not everyone's idea of a fun afternoon out. It can take ages, back and forth. So I used to go for the tomato soup. I'd go get the tomatoes. Then I would leave the produce section and go to the aisle and get the vegetable broth. And then I would look, because when it came to kale salad, then I'd have to go back to produce to get what I needed for kale, and then back to dairy. And I was crisscrossing the store all the time. I could never get organized. It took me an hour and a half to grocery shop for every holiday. Well, this is a game changer. You go to produce, everything you need for everything is right there on your produce list. Then you can go off to dairy, then you can go off to pantry, then you can go off to alcohol. So this is coming. It is the greatest hack. The first time I shop with this, a 50-minute shopping trip took me 20 minutes. I almost fainted at how easy it was. I could never go shopping for a party again. Now, when I shop for daily use, I know where I have memorized in my head where everything is in a grocery store, and I can shop by memorizing, like, oh, I'm in this aisle. Gee, I remember I needed eggs, But for parties, no, you need this, and maybe you need this all the time. I don't know. So Yael says, I was crisscrossing with you. We must have bumped into each other. And yeah, right. I know my daughter last night, I was telling her what my number 2 was, and she said, number 2 tip. Sorry, that was funny. To me it was anyway. And she said, oh my God, I hate that when that happens. I do that all the time. So it's a game changer. No more going back and forth. As I said, this is how I do it now. I list separated ingredients list, and then, place it on the free download. I don't know, I got myself confused there. Again, I'm gonna share that download at the very end. So let's move on to secret number 3 in this masterclass. Are you ready? Until I started doing my Facebook Lives every day, I never realized what a game changer that this was for cooking naturally. Hello there, Lene, so happy to have you here. So this is what happened. I came downstairs on day 3 of doing my Facebook Lives, still terrified to be doing them, still not sure that I was gonna answer the challenge, and wondering why the heck I took the challenge. Of course, I'm so grateful that I did now. So much has been revealed to me, and I've been so inspired since those days over a year ago now. And I thought, well, I watch these Food Network chefs, and usually they have a teaspoon of nutmeg, a tablespoon of flour. They've got every ingredient, everything chopped, everything ready to go before they start any recipe, so they can just speed cook and go through the recipe. So when I came down, not only did I prepare each ingredient that was in the recipe, but I also needed things like spatulas or a knife and a cutting board, because I didn't want to say, oh wait, I forgot the spatula, and step off camera like I just did. Now that has happened a few times over this last year, I will admit, but for the most part, I think all of you who join me every day will say that I usually have everything done. And when you think ahead like that, because if you don't think ahead, what can happen, and this happened to me a dozen times, hey Brenda Mills, what happened to me a dozen times is that I would look at what was needed in the first paragraph. It says do X, do Y, do Z, do A, do B. And I would get those ingredients ready, I'd get them cooking as paragraph 1 said, and then paragraph 2 would say, and 30 seconds later, add F, G, H, and I. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta chop them and do them. And then what happens? All those items in paragraph 1 burn and get overcooked. So get your measuring utensils, think ahead, think of everything, chop everything, read through your recipe more than one time, but for sure one time. And that is secret number 3. So secret number 4, okay, yep, ugh, yes, you're so right, I know, hello, I know. It's crazy, but I am telling you, a little prep time on that, and then you literally go, and then you delight in yourself. You say, oh, look at me, I had this. I would have burned everything in paragraph 1 if I hadn't prepped everything before, because paragraph 2 said 30 seconds later, and I didn't know that. So there you go. All right, secret number 4. Are you ready? Be prepared. Yes, Susan, be prepared. Secret 4, if your legs and back are aching, this is what you do. What you say, is that a thing? It's a thing. It is a thing. It happens to me all the time. But here's how I kept it from happening. Number 1, bring out 2 or 3 of your most comfortable shoes, okay? Your gym shoes, your Uggs, whatever it is, where when you're in them, change your shoes every hour or every, as I say, every recipe. Like I'll wear 1 pair of shoes to cook this recipe, then I'll change my shoes and cook another recipe. And the reason that you do that is that the arch in your shoes and everything else has you standing like this. You change your shoes, you have to switch your hips, you have to switch your back, you have to switch the arch. You don't realize it, but that is what happens. And when you do that, it releases the muscles that were holding you in the other pair of shoes and then goes to tighten the newer muscles. Then if you move to the 3rd pair of shoes, so you're switching all the time, every recipe or every hour, whichever and however much you are cooking. Yes, really, IL. And if you're standing and chopping, I wish I could show you this, but put a little footstool right down where you're standing and put your leg up on that footstool and chop with that one leg up resting on the footstool. And then put your other foot up and stir. So you're using that footstool to literally take some of the pressure off one of your legs and change. I don't particularly care for that one as much, but it does work, and I have used it. I need to be closer and tighter to what I'm chopping, maybe because I'm so, small or short, I don't know, but it does work, but it's hard for me to do it. It's work for me to concentrate on that, but it might work for you. I know it does. The master chefs all recommend that. Then, before you go to bed, do leg stretches. So if you get shin splints like I do, look up on Google, stretches for shin splints. If it's your thigh or sciatica, do them before you go to bed that night. Promise me you will, because if you don't, you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and your shins are gonna be tightening up. And if you try to flex your foot, it gets worse. If you try to point your foot, it gets worse. And there's nothing you can do. You get out of bed, I hobble into the kitchen. This is the best hack you have ever heard in your life. I can't believe I didn't bring it out. So now I'm gonna pull the one thing that I told you I never wanna do. Let me show you. This is yellow mustard. You come into the kitchen, you open this up, you fill a tablespoon full of this unbelievable yellow mustard. You put it in your mouth, you hold it on the roof of your mouth for as long as you can, and then you swallow it down, trying not to throw it back up as it goes down. Okay, but you will literally, I am so passionate about this, and why I don't take it to bed with me, I don't know, but I always forget to do it, probably because I'm so tired at the end of the night. But anyway, so literally you will feel, it's like you will feel the pain literally tingle up through your body and out your shoulders. I kid you not. And the reason why it works, is simply because this is made from turmeric and apple cider vinegar. And those two things are amazing. And the process and the combination of them together in the mustard, and in fact, if you Google it, you will find that the football teams, the NFL, keep mustard on the sidelines. Are you ready? Like, can you see them squirting it right into their mouths? I mean, seriously, because when they get those leg cramps, it takes it away. So that's secret number 4. I hope you like that one. It's my favorite, I kid you not. So Brenda Mills says that your grandmother always did that, and I do too. Yellow mustard is really good for you. Well, there you go. See, I'm not the only one. So secret number 5, here it is. Can't you hear yourself? Oh dear God, everyone eats differently. How am I gonna manage that? Okay, here's the hack. You're gonna have vegans, vegetarians, people that are allergic, high protein eaters, no protein eaters. I mean, you're gonna have all kinds of people walk through your door that have come to be entertained by you. And it is your job just to make sure with everyone you have gathered together that nobody, that you know a little bit of who's what and when, and someone that has allergies or whatever it is, and you need to just call them and check. But what do you do? It's so easy. It is so easy what you do when this happens. You do have to feed everyone when they come through the door, but the vegans, the vegetarians, even the people with allergies, they are very used to making a meal out of a side dish. They really are. So check with the people that are coming to your house, know who they are, and then make fabulous side dishes that the high protein eaters will eat, and the allergists will eat, and the vegans would eat, and everybody's happy because they really are all eating the same thing, just some people are leaving things out of the buffet and not putting it on their plate. And so the key, instead of having to make main dishes for everybody, and when you just go, like my daughter's a vegetarian, so I'll always call her, listen, Christmas Eve in this house is a prime rib, and she's not eating it. And I'll always call her and say, okay, Harm, do I need to make you salmon? And she'll say, oh no, Mom, the side dishes are great. I love the sweet potatoes. I love the mashed potatoes. I love the Yorkshire pudding, you know, all that. And I'm telling you, she's so gracious, and you will find everyone else will be. So now I ask you, do you want to bring back your sense of fun and bring up the energy for your holiday events? I know you do. I do. It's about bonding with others and a pre-holiday energy boost by sharing ideas, laughing about our failures, honoring our successes, helping each other to love and relish what's coming up in the next 2 weeks of December, all the way through to the New Year's holiday, right? So, and then my birthday in January, so you might want to have a party for that. No, I'm kidding. In our house, we have to celebrate all the way through mid-January. So how would you like to gain confidence for your entertaining? Learn some new holiday dishes to wow your guests and have a fun-filled time with me and a group of my similar-minded gatherers. I know you will. I know you will. So I would like to invite you to my Nanny, Bubby holiday gather. So this is a one-off, intimate Zoom social gathering where I'm going to show you excuse me, how to prep for a gathering that you may be planning. So it's your chance for us to relax, chat together as I take you through a fabulous appetizer and side dish. We're going to talk turkeys and prime rib in case you're making one or the other. Not talking ham because I don't do ham, but maybe if you want to talk ham, you can tell everybody else about it. I don't mind a little instruction on ham. We could all use it, right? And a side dish that will wow your guests. Whoops, I lost where I'm at here. And whoa, I can answer any and all of your questions that you may have about cooking for your holiday. So if this is the case, just know that I sincerely want to help you step forward and take a chance on something you may have always wanted to do, but needed to chat it through with someone first. I just did this format. It is what inspired me to bring this format and bring it out to the public. Number one, I've been asked for it many, many times throughout the last year, but to be honest with you, I didn't have the confidence to make an offer. I just didn't, and now I do because I've been asked for it so much. And when we did this in our Gatherers Retreat just a few weeks ago, and we all walked away with such a warm and wonderful feeling of being there for each other, and it was a wonderful time. It was a chance for us to all chat, share information with each other, and find answers, new traditions, and I even cooked one of their recipes. So everyone submitted one recipe that they loved that was one of their family favorite traditional meals, and I chose the one that was of the most interest to me, and I cooked it live with everyone. So everybody had so much fun, and everybody was curious. What was Nanny Bubby gonna cook? What was gonna be her favorite that I chose? And actually what I chose surprised everybody. And it was a recipe that felt very 50s and 60s. It wasn't, you know, the fresh gourmet that I usually do. It was everything really came from a can, and but it reminded me, because I think in the 50s and 60s, it was a sign of prosperity if you were able to buy canned vegetables. And it was a sweet potato pie and with a store-bought graham cracker crust, and it literally made me cry when I made it. And everybody was surprised, but everybody remembered their own childhoods as well. So that was what I chose. So what will I choose now? So there's limited seats because I want this to be an intimate, small gathering, and I want to talk with every one of you, and I want you all to chat with each other. So I want us all to get to know each other. And as you know, when I do my daily cooking show, and even right now on Facebook, it's a one-way conversation. So this is going to be very, very different. This is going to be a dialogue, a two-way conversation. I'm on a mission to bring back the love and spread it like butter. You're going to leave my holiday gather full of enthusiasm and joy to be hosting your own wonderful party for the holidays, and some awesome practical tips and tricks from each other that we give to each other that will help you host with ease and fun. So be my guest at the Nanny Bubby Holiday Gather for only $97, and that's for a family ticket. So if you want your husband to join or your daughter to join, that $97 entitles everyone in your family who would like to join to come on in. So get your party ticket booked right away. Roseanne is going to post the link in the chat right now. So if you want to buy, all you have to do is click that link right here as you're watching the live video to book your party ticket. And as a bonus, when you sign up, you're going to receive your favorite my favorite cocktail for the holidays. And that way you will be able to prepare that with the rest of us in the gather party to start our holiday off with a great toast with each other. I mean, it's a party after all, and we're going to be getting in the festive spirit together. So with this great cocktail, we'll be having a toast together, as I said, as we enjoy our time cooking and chatting. But wait, there's more. How many times have you heard that? Call 1-800. No, there is more, because this is my very favorite of all. I'm probably more excited to tell you about this bonus than maybe you are, but this is the best bonus ever. The first 5 of you who book into the holiday gather get a free 30-minute one-on-one call with me before the event. So the first 5 of you who book that ticket, you, my friends, will book a one-on-one with me for 30 minutes. I love to get to know you more intimately, answer your questions, help you get set, do whatever it is that you might like, and so don't delay. Be one of the first 5. So operators are standing by now. No, just click the link. It's automated. It's very easy. There's no sales page. It's just a click. It's a PayPal. Like, I'm not professional at this. We did the best we could to get that link for you. So it's very easy. You'll see. Click, pay, and automatically I know you're one of the first 5. So that's great. So now I don't exactly know why you're watching my holiday masterclass right now, but I can guess that either you're not confident about cooking a beautiful meal for your family and friends every time, it's just hard work with unpredictable results. You're tired of being the person who cooks every year, and you want to make it feel like fun again, right? Like amazing fun again. you love the December holidays no matter what you celebrate, and are just excited to make it as extra special as you possibly can. Or maybe you're thinking that you won't be able to elevate your holiday hosting this year, worried it will be the same old meal again and you won't love a single minute of it. But let me reassure you that if I can make meals magic after my years of kitchen disasters, anyone, and I mean anyone, can create a beautiful meal to share with the people that matter most and love every moment of it. That's my mission, to give confidence, to create shareable, delightful food for your friends and family, and a sense of passion and pride for you. Love, fun, confidence, passion, pride, all things that when that door opens and people walk through it, whether they're friends or family, they're going to feel it too. And that's what you want to bring. That's what you want to bring. You don't want them to open that door and feel stress and tension, right? Oh my God, how am I going to get that prime rib out of the oven? Oh my God, who's going to carve the turkey? I promise you, I have all that covered for you. It's going to be so easy. And those are some of the questions that I would answer in that free 30-minute one-on-one with me if you're one of the first 5, right? So just like Vile says about working with me, she says, Nanny Bubby has given me so much confidence. She's taught me that as long as I calm myself, become present to the process, and put love into what I am doing, everything tastes better. Or, which I love, or maybe you're thinking that you don't have enough time to party with me before the holidays get going. Well, I promise you that this is going to be the best time-saving tips, that you'll actually have more time in the holidays to relax and enjoy spending time with your guests. So I know you're very anxious to go forward and book that, click that link that Roseanne has put in the chat right now. Thank you so much for doing that, Roseanne. But you probably need to know that it is December 14th at 6 p.m. So if you're on the East Coast, that's 9 o'clock, and you can join us. If you're on the West Coast, it's 6 p.m. here. Houston, you're 2 hours ahead, so it would be 8 o'clock for you. And I just so hope you join us. Again, drop that first 5 who book into the Holiday Gather, get a free 30-minute one-on-one call with me, and I look forward to seeing all of you. I thank you for taking the time to be here for the Masterclass today. If you know anybody that missed it and wishes to join, I am going to post it on the Nanny Bubby page, maybe Friday morning, because I want to give everybody in Gather the very first opportunity to be those first 5 that book. This is where the group is. This is where the energy is. This is where all the love and creativity happens. So that is why I wanted to do this right here in Gather. So $97 gets you a party ticket to join me June 14th. Excuse me. If you join me June 14th, we're all in trouble. December 14th, I'm glad I caught that. December 14th at 6 p.m. Hey, Sherry Barassa, thank you for being here. At 6 p.m., $97 party ticket. It's a family ticket, and I hope you join me. Thank you for being here today. I enjoy being with you every minute, as I always do. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Say it with me, right? Go out and spread love like butter. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye. Yes, Roseanne is posting that shopping list right now in the chat. Put it in the chat, Roseanne, and then also put it in the, just post it. Well, no, just in the chat. Just in the chat. This chat right now. I won't disconnect. So that's it. Sometimes I get confused about what to do and when. I guess I have to hit finish. Okay, spread love like butter.